Hello, my friends. In this month's chair yoga video, we're going to turn our attention to releasing tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. And of course, everything's connected, so the whole body gets involved. We can release tension in a few different ways, one of which is lengthening those muscles, releasing them. But underlying all of that is the breath, slowing down the breath, sending the messages to the brain that it is time to relax. In today's class, we're going to linger in that exhale. We don't need any special equipment, just our chair, perhaps a block to connect our feet to the earth, and we'll get started. We'll get started sitting back in our chair. So my back is touching the back of the chair, but I'm not slouching into it. I'm sitting up tall. My feet are connected to the earth through this block. And I'm going to turn my palms up in my lap, allowing my elbows to get heavier, perhaps allowing those shoulders to drop a little bit more. The invitation is to soften or close your eyes. And the very first thing we want to do is check in with how the head, neck, and shoulders feel already before we do anything else. And then we'll turn our attention to the breath. Let's slow it down. And again, this concept of just lingering in that exhale. And we've had enough time now to take 3 or 4 nice, slow breaths. Check in again with the head, neck, and shoulders. Have we been able to release any tension simply with the breath? Very slowly now, we're going to bring a little bit of motion into the head and neck, just gently turning the head from one side to the other. We never want to jerk the head and neck. Take your time. Just go to that point that's comfortable. And then slowly make your way back in the other direction. And then make your way back to center, back to neutral. Pause here. Gently blink open the eyes if they were closed. And we're going to move to the edge of the chair. So I'm going to bring that block back so it's under the chair and not in my way. I'm going to connect my feet to the earth. And from here, with the palms down in the lap, let's take those shoulders all the way up to the ears. So let's take them up, let's keep them up. Notice I've got shoulders for earrings right now. And then very, very slowly lower them back down. Let the elbows be heavy again. And let those shoulders drop. Let's do that again. Take your time, lift the shoulders, let them come up to become earrings. Once you get to the ears, keep them there. Maybe take it a little bit higher. And then just as slowly release those shoulders back down from the ears, allowing the elbows to be heavy. We'll do one more. Take it up slowly. And release it slowly. And then once those shoulders are down, you might want to make a little bit of movement with the shoulders, with the head and neck. Just check in with how that makes you feel. We're going to interlace our fingers together in front of heart center now. If this doesn't feel good for your fingers due to arthritis or any other reason, you can always do a grasp like this. But if it's okay here, let's give it a try. And we're going to make a lazy figure eight, an infinity sign with our wrists. Slow moving infinity sign. And while the wrists are moving, you might also notice that the elbows are moving. A little bit of motion maybe in the upper arm as well. Just pay attention, check in with everything that we feel moving. And then we'll go in the other direction with that figure eight, that lazy figure eight. And I'm noticing that my shoulders are getting involved as well. Let's keep the motion smooth though, because the nervous system likes smooth movement, slow breaths. And we're not tying any of this motion to the breath at this point. And then pause. Let's rest the hands in the lap, separating the fingers. Check in with how everything feels. If you need to make a circle or two with those wrists, go ahead. And then we'll interlace again, this time maybe the non-habitual way, the weird way. Come back to our lazy figure eights. Take it the other way, making sure we're moving slowly and smoothly. I get used to it and then I go fast again, but sometimes with the fingers are in the non-habitual way, it takes a moment or two to figure it out. It slows me down. And then we'll pause with the hands in the lap. Check in again, maybe roll the shoulders, turn the hands at the wrists. You might want to wiggle your toes. I know that makes me feel good. Okay, and then we'll take it to a cactus arm. Now we're going to tie the breath in. Let's let this cactus arm be our inhale. We'll lift the sternum, we'll lift the chin, perhaps even the gaze. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring those elbows forward, drop the chin. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lingering in that exhale, dropping the chin, elbows come forward. What happens if we decide to lift the elbows a little bit higher than the shoulders? Does that change our sensation in that upper back? Notice how it feels for you. And then, of course, what happens when we lower the elbows below the plane of the shoulder? How does it change the sensations that we're feeling? And after this next exhale, we'll linger here and release those hands back down to the lap. Sit up tall. Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow, just bringing some front and back waves of motion into the spine. So we'll inhale here. Just start at the sitting bones, lifting up, opening up that chest. And as we exhale, again, start at the sitting bones. Round, bringing belly button back to the spine, drop the chin, separate those shoulder blades. And start again from the sitting bones, lifting up. And linger in that exhale. We'll do one more round here. Finishing with our exhale. Pausing here. And then sit up tall. Check in with how things feel. And now we're going to move on to bear hugs. So let's take our arms wide. Palms are up. This is a soft elbow here. This is going to be our inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to give ourselves a hug. Let's bring your right arm on top of your left, and I've got my right arm on top of my left too. When we come to that exhale, we drop the chin round the spine. There's a big space between those shoulder blades. Then our next inhale will open us wide again. Lift the chin, the chest, the gaze. Exhale, this time left arm on top. Give yourself that big bear hug. So there's a lot happening here. Notice what's going on with those shoulder blades. They come together as we inhale. And when we come into that hug, we drop the chin, they separate. Right arm on top this time. Left arm on top. Let's do one more like that. Open wide, lift up. And this time we're going to hug, we're going to stay there. In that hug, chin is dropped. We have the option here to come into our eagle arms. We can lift those elbows, bring the forearms together, bringing palms together here. If that doesn't work for you, we'll just lift the elbows. We're still going to drop the chin. If we're in our eagle arms, same thing. The elbows are lifted, the chin is dropped. Bring your attention to the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing here in our eagle arms. Or you could be here in your bear hug with lifted elbows. And then on our next inhale, we'll open those arms wide. Float them down to your lap. Pause and check in. How does that feel now? And then we'll do the other side. So let's take those arms wide. Let's let this be our inhale. Sternum's lifted, chin is lifted, gaze is lifted. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our left arm on top. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Stay here for our breath. And then we have that option to take it into our eagle arms or to just lift those elbows, staying in our bear hug. You can drop the chin here or drop the chin here. If you are coming to those eagle arms, I would say, let's let the fingers reach to the ceiling. Keep that energy moving up. Bring your attention to the space between the shoulder blades, no matter where your forearms are. And then on our next inhale, we'll open those arms wide and float the arms back down to your lap. Take a circle or two with those shoulders. Move the feet a little bit. Yes. And we're going to make our way to standing now. Okay, we've made our way to standing. We've cleared our workspace, so there's nothing in our way. But if we need the support of the chair, it's not too far away. Additionally, we can always use that wall behind us for support. And let's find our mountain pose. Feet are straight ahead, shoulders are down from the ears, and my feet are not touching. They're about one of my fist distance apart. We're going to start with our moving mountain today. When we inhale, we'll take those arms up, perhaps come up onto the toes. Exhale, open twist. My palms are up. I'm going to lower my heels halfway down. Inhale, come on back up to center. Exhale, we're going to take it the other way. Open twist in the other direction. Lower the heels halfway down. Come on back to center on the inhale. And then exhale, lower everything down. Just pause there. So that's the sequence. We're going to add in a little twist. And now we're going to start adding in the head and neck as well. Don't worry, we're going to have a chance to do it all together at the end. So we'll get it. This next round, I just want you to think about keeping your head neutral. It can just move within the shoulders. No need to turn it in any direction. Let's inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, open twist, head is neutral. Inhale, lift up. We're lifting up the heels. As we exhale, we lower the heels halfway. Come on back up. Head is neutral. As we exhale, everything lowers. Pause here. Now, if coming up onto the toes does not work for you today due to balance issues, that's fine. Just stay on your heels the whole time. So the whole foot will support you. This next round, we're going to use the head and we're going to look back at our back hand when we come into the twist. So the head will turn deliberately to look at the back hand. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Lift up the heels perhaps. Exhale, lower halfway, look back at the back arm. Inhale, lift up, untwist. Exhale, lower halfway, look back at the back arm. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower everything down. Pause here. Check in with how things are feeling. This next round, when we come into the twist, we're going to look beyond the front thumb. So the head will be going in the other direction. Let's give it a try. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower halfway, look beyond the front thumb. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway down, look beyond the front thumb. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything to the earth. Pause here. Okay, so we'll do that again. We'll do 3 rounds. The first round, the head is neutral. It's just kind of following within the shoulders. The second round, we look at the back arm. The third round, we look beyond the front arm. When you're ready, let me straighten out this mat so that we can do it without wrinkles. Inhale, circle, come on up. Exhale, lower halfway, neutral, head and neck. Lift up. Neutral. Can we linger in those exhales? Lower. Round 2. Inhale. Look at the back hand as we go halfway down into our twist. Back hand. Lower. Linger. Round 3, we look beyond the front hand. Pause here. Check in with how you feel. How's that balance working today? Check in with head and neck, with the shoulders. Maybe do a circle or 2. And then we're going to get ready for some Warrior 1. We will bring our right foot forward, left foot back. We can use this chair, of course, for support. You can use one or both hands. But we're going to add in that bear hug. So one of the options is both hands wide, the front knee is bent. We're in our Warrior 1. We lift the sternum, the chin, the gaze. We take the inhale here. As we exhale, we straighten the legs. We give ourselves a hug. Let's bring that right arm on top of left. Drop the chin. Inhale wide again, bend the knee. Exhale, hug, left arm on top of right this time. Inhaling. Exhale, right arm on top. Linger. Inhale. Exhaling, left arm on top. Linger. Inhale. Now we're going to take it to the hug. Drop the chin. And now let's stay in that hug and bend the front foot, bend the front knee, making your way into your Warrior 1 foundation. Once you get here, let's lift the elbows. You may decide to come into eagle arms. Either one is fine. Elbows are lifted, chin is dropped. Breathe into that space between the shoulder blades on the back. Now we're going to untwist those arms or lower the arms, release them, step that back foot forward, pause for a moment, shake things out. Check in with how the shoulders feel. Check in with how the legs feel. They were doing some work too. Now we're going to set up for the other side. Left foot is forward, right foot is back. I come into my Warrior One foundation. Arms are wide, palms are up. Lift the chest, the chin, the gaze. This will be our inhale. As we exhale, we straighten the legs. We give ourselves that hug, left arm on top, drop the chin. Inhale wide, bend the knee. Exhale, right arm on top, drop the chin. Moving between the poses, letting the breath guide us. Now this next time, we're going to give ourselves a hug with that left arm on top. We drop the chin. We stay here with the upper body and bend that front knee, finding our Warrior One with our bear hug. And then we might decide to lift those elbows. We might decide to come into our eagle pose. Drop the chin, eagle arms with our Warrior One foundation. Breathing into that space between the shoulder blades on the back. We can come back to the bear hug, drop those arms, step that back foot forward. Whew. Shake everything out, wiggle, jiggle. Notice how everything feels. Okay. One more time with those fun arms. Let's first do a little chair pose. Let's reach our arms forward and up. Let that be our inhale. And as we exhale, let's sit back into our chair. Letting the knees bend just as far as you want. Arms can go back. Push into your feet. Reach the arms up. Exhale, come on back. One more. Stay here in your chair pose. Again, this doesn't need to be real deep. My knees are bent, my hips are back. I can take my arms forward, a little counterbalance here. Stay here for one more breath, long spine. And then push into the feet. Come on back up to standing. Building that strength in the lower body because now we're going to come to eagle pose. Let's take our arms wide. Let's take an inhale here. As we exhale, let's give ourselves that bear hug. Put your right arm on top of your left. Okay, so bear hug here. Now, let's pick up the left knee and cross it over the right. And just come into a little bit of an eagle pose here. If you like, you can take your arms to those eagle arms, dropping the chin, lifting the elbows. My left toes are touching the floor, but I could wrap my foot around my ankle if I wanted to, if my foot would do that. It doesn't. It's okay. Another really nice way to do this is with your hips to the wall because the wall will support you. And then push into that standing leg, uncross. Take the arms wide, shake it out, bring the hands back down. So just so you know, you could stand right here at the wall and take your foot over too. That's another good way to do it. The wall will support you. So we'll do the other side. Let's take the arms wide. Let's take an inhale. This time as we exhale, we give ourselves that hug, left arm on top of right. Take an inhale here now. As we exhale, we're going to pick up that right knee and cross it over. You can put your toes on the floor. It's a nice little kickstand. Or you can wrap that foot around your ankle. We can stay here and breathe. We can drop the chin, lift the elbows in our bear hug, or we can bring our arms to those cactus arms, fingers reaching for the ceiling. Let me just turn to the side here so you can see. This isn't a super deep chair pose here, and I've got my toes to help support me. And then we're going to undo the foot, undo the arms, shake everything out, wiggle, jiggle. Just kind of let this feel good. And check in with what's going on in head, neck, and shoulders now. How does it feel now? We're going to get our chair now and come back to seated. I'm back in my chair now. I'm sitting towards the edge to begin with. We'll use that block again soon. But before we sit back, I'd like to just do a little twist here. So let's take those arms wide again. That same gentle motion. Think about the elbows being heavy, shoulders down from the ears. Let's take an inhale here. As we exhale, take one arm across to the opposite shoulder and just very gently turn in that direction. So the head can be neutral or it can look over that back shoulder. The back arm can just rest anywhere it wants to. Next inhale, the arms go wide, we untwist, and as we exhale, we take that other arm across. Pause there. Let's do that again. Inhale. Linger in your twist. Exhaling. Inhale one more time. Exhale, linger. And inhale, return to center. Float those arms down to your lap. We're going to sit back in the chair now, so if you need to change that connection to the floor by using a block, go ahead, grab that block, get ready, sit back, but sit up. Let the palms rest up in your lap. The invitation again is to soften or close your eyes. And check in with how the head, neck, and shoulders feel. Have we been able to release any of that tension that is normally resident in that area? Come back to your even breath. And then just as we started this practice, begin to slowly turn the head, first in one direction, and then the other. Slow and smooth movements to tell the nervous system that, hey, we like things calm. Take your time, evening out the sides, and then return to center. Bring a little bit of motion into fingers and toes. Blink open the eyes if they're closed. And we'll move to the edge of the chair one last time, bringing our feet back to the floor. Let's open those arms wide one last time. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, let's bring those palms together in front of the heart center, uniting left and right halves of the body. Let the thumbs rest on the sternum and let your sternum reach up for the thumbs. Tuck your chin. And thank yourself for taking time out of your busy schedule to practice yoga today. And as always, thank you for allowing me to guide you. Stay well, my friends. I'll see you again soon.